I am DYANAROZAY, and I bring a unique commentary to your favorite reality TV shows and whatever is popping on social media. If you are not a subscriber, please become one. Hit that notification bell too, that way you don't miss any of my videos. I go by DYANAROZAY on all platforms, and I appreciate every single one of y'all for rocking with me. What's up, Supreme Team? Welcome to the channel. It's your girl, DYANAROZAY, and I'm here to talk about the Braxtons, y'all. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Welcome, family. Make sure y'all put y'all city, y'all state, your country, your island, your continent, wherever you are from, into the chat so I can say what's up to y'all real quick. Okay? I want to make sure that everybody can hear me. Y'all, this is the cookout, child. So you are here rocking with DYANAROZAY. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the chat. I'm going to give a few shout outs to people. Let me get my banner up. I'm going to give a few shout outs to people, child, and then we are going to get into the Braxton family, what they got going on, okay? What is up? Miss Bailey is in the house. Hey, 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 child. She says she had already gotten herself prepared. She said she brought some watermelon and pineapple slices, child. Thank goodness. I need people on the fruit, on the salads, on everything, okay? So come on in, you guys. Make sure y'all get yourselves a cooler, a red pop, a link, a burger, something, okay, so that we can enjoy this Tuesday afternoon cookout. And I know every single one of y'all have already gone out to vote, or you've prepared something in your day to get this voting started, okay? If you haven't early voted, come on in. She said, I am so here for this jealousy or sibling rivalry. What is the difference between the two? Well, let's talk about it. Hell, it could be a little bit of both, child. What's up, Netherlands? Nice to have you. I appreciate all my fam coming in from all over the world. Let's see. It was a disgrace and disgusting. She never touched her. That was between Trina and Tamar. That was some nasty work, wasn't it? It was nasty. Come on in, everybody. Let's see. You empty-handed today? But okay, your benefits was cut. Okay, baby, I'm so sorry, child. Listen, I got some, if you need some assistance with some things, please hit me up. I'll make sure that I can get you some direction for your area, because it is hard out there, child, but that's why we're family. Okay, we are family, and we are all here to take care of each other, okay? We ain't gonna let each other fall during this time, okay? Come on in, Alabama. Nice to have you. I appreciate you. What's up, for Sean, for show? Nice to have you. What's up, South Carolina? Come on in, Stockbridge, Georgia. Love to see it. Hey, hey, hey. What's up, Texas? You said you here for the barbecue, and you got 2 racks of ribs. I love it. Come on in, come on in. Let's see. Hey, 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 everybody. What's up, what's up? Let's see. You said I came through. You got your sweet tea and your pastrami sandwich and your chips, okay? Nice to have you. Nice to have you. You did your early voting? Perfect, perfect. Delaware is in the house. Come on in, come on in. You are welcome, sweetie. Listen, I promise y'all, I have all kinds of stuff on my back wall. I'm still pulling resources, or I should say my back room. I'm still pulling resources. I do want to thank the new members who came in to support me in my back room. Thank y'all. I love you. Okay, but y'all are here for the cookout today, child. Let me see. We are talking about the Braxtons and Tawanda, child. Tawanda showed, she done took the mask off and showed everything. I told y'all, if y'all have been following me, we are on episode 4. And I told y'all on episode 2, that it looked like production was blasting the hell out of Tawanda. I don't know how much Tamar has to do with that, because she is like she has a higher percentage in regards to being a producer. So she might have a hand in it. I don't know. But when I tell y'all that they are showing all of Tawanda's ugly bits, okay, all of the ugly bits. Oh my goodness, come on in. Let's see what else y'all got. You got the beef briskets, okay, the boudin. All right, all right. You also got from Houston, Texas, you got the grape and the Fanta. Love it, love it. Baldy locks want to call the popo. That is true. You said, I can't stand that milk dud head. Okay, listen, Tawanda is getting raped across the coals. She is getting raped, okay? Tawanda needs to be exposed, but Tamar was doing too much. We're going to talk about it. Take the poll, because I just wanted to know. Listen, I told y'all before, listen, my mother had a big family. She was one of 11. And then, all the cousins, we all grew up together. Like, we were literally round the block from each other. And our grandmother's house was the house. Like, we would go every damn day, damn near, and just that's where we would be, all of us. So there was always a lot of shit happening, you know what I'm saying? Fighting sometimes, but I never heard anybody say call the police ever. I didn't even know that was an option. Come on in, everybody. Well, I know it's an option, but I just never heard my family say it, child. Tawanda need to be exposed, but Tamar was doing too much. Okay, come on in. Now, I wouldn't call the police on my folks, but I would stop being around them. Yeah, there's been plenty of times where you had to take a break from family, but I've just never seen that, and especially for something like what we saw on that show. But we're going to get into it because y'all know I see shit a little different sometimes. It doesn't mean the way I see it is the right way, but it just looked a little bit manipulative to me. Okay, my sister makes me mad, but I will never call the police. That was just evil. Yeah. I never even thought to call the police on my sister ever. But listen, you guys are here for the cookout. So welcome, 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 child. The grill is going and I got one of the best cooks on the job. Okay. So while I'm doing this, y'all make sure y'all go through, y'all get what y'all need. There's coolers everywhere. So grab something and enjoy yourselves and keep talking to me because I love to see what y'all have to say when I am talking about this stuff. Okay. So come on in. Exactly. The silent treatment is given. Okay. Sometimes the silent treatment can be given for years. Okay. You might not hear from me in a year or two, but I've never seen anybody call the police. Okay. Tony said no, she did. So let's get into it. So anyway, thank you guys. All of my new followers, welcome. You are a part of the cookout too. Come on in, everybody. How many of y'all are here right now? Let me check. 76 of you are here. So hit the like button, share the video, all the things. And keep talking to me in the comments because, I'm the gossiping auntie. I need to make sure y'all are paying attention. But anyway, so it starts off with Tawanda, and I already said this, y'all know she has always been referred to on the show as being the most level-headed, as being the one who can keep a secret, as being the most reliable, who's supposed to always show up for everybody in their darkest hour. And on episode 4, we saw one of the darkest things I think I've ever seen on the Braxtons play out with Tawanda, and I'm gonna tell y'all about it in just a minute because fighting happens. But again, I ain't never seen nobody say call the police ever. But anyway, so they're all, talking at the table, the sisters. It's 4 of them now. And Tony starts by saying, listen, this dinner was supposed to be all of us discussing how we were going to help mommy after her heart surgery. So she had a stent put in her heart. And she was like, that's what we were supposed to be talking about. She said, I don't know what went down. Why would Tamar come in here with this crazy ass shit about the cease and desist? And then Tony, who's trying to be level-headed in this confessional, she said, at the end of the day, I don't think anybody in my family wants to hurt anyone. Even though that cease and desist came to Tamar, the intention wasn't to hurt Tamar. Okay. But Tamar is pissed and she wants to get to the bottom of it. And Trina said something that was actually very accurate. Trina said if she read the cease and desist, then she would know who sent it and the reason why. Okay. She said, my name was nowhere on it. I did not put that out there, even though this interaction that Ashley discussed on social media, because Ashley put it out there first. We all knew Ashley because we were like, oh, that's a Braxton. She said, which one of my aunties, came after me after her husband pushed up on me. That's how it started. And then Actually, I thought it was smart that the Braxtons brought it to the show, because why not address it? I mean, if it's out there for public consumption, I was okay with it being addressed. But we know now that it was Trina, and Trina said, even though it was my husband and I was the auntie she was referring to, I did not put the cease and desist on it. And she said Tamar was going to get that fucking cease and desist, whether it came from the family lawyer or if Johnny Cochran woke up from the dead and handed it to her himself. It was coming to her no matter what, which means, in my opinion, when I watched it, I said, child, there's an issue with the brother, because they were all hesitant to say his name, but it had to have been the brother. And Tamar saying, which one of you mofos gave him my address? That's the conversation that's not being said out loud. That's what they're talking around at the table, where they're just like, well, it wasn't us, so who do you think it was? You know what I'm saying? But Tamar said, I got a son. If you don't give a fuck about me, at least think about him before you hoes give my address out to just any old body. I want to know what's going on with Michael Jr. I want to know why they weren't able to say, maybe they couldn't say his name because of the cease and desist, even on this show. Hold on. Child, let me roll these comments back, because somebody said something that looked pretty. Tamar brought Tawanda a car. Okay, so y'all still talking about the Tamar gifting. Even if Michael was the person who had sent it to the sisters, who knew the person was before the show even aired. Okay. So in my opinion, I kept trying to think, when I saw it, I was like, if all of y'all know Michael sent it, then what's the secret? Like, why is she so pissed bringing it up to y'all? And my assumption would be, when she said, you gave him my address, y'all would have had to give him my address. Even if it was the lawyer, my assumption was you didn't want your brother to have your address. Now, that could be completely wrong, but that's what it felt like when I was watching it. Come on in, everybody. Welcome to the show. 105 of you are here. Grab yourself a red pop, okay, and some barbecue, and share this video and hype me up, all right? Anyway, Tawanda said, well, you know it couldn't be me, because I don't even know where you live. I don't know anything about you and your house. Not only do Michael Braxton not know where you live, Tawanda Braxton does not know where you live either. That's when Tamar hit it with, you right, child. I don't know where, you don't know where I live, but I sure as hell know where you live, okay? Because I put the down payment on your house, which that was gloves off for Tawanda. At this point, Tawanda don't give what happens to Tamar. She went, oh, okay. I see where you're going, right? So in confessional, Tamar said, listen, I dropped $50K on Tawanda. I dropped it on her house, and she was supposed to pay me back the next day. But that heifer never paid me back, okay? So now it's going back and forth between confessional and the table, the dinner table. And Tamar is putting it all on the line. She said, bitch, you've been stealing from me for years, okay? You had access to my credit cards. There was things that I wasn't even paying attention to. I took my ass down to the Apple store to get me a phone. And they're like, well, you already got 6 lines on this motherfucker. Do you want to add a 7th one to the plan? And she's like, a 7th one? I can't even get a damn phone, because Tawanda got herself, her children, her man, her assistant, whoever else, whatever else makes up them damn 6 lines. She said, you were on my damn credit card for years, putting credit and things like that in your name with my name. Okay, come on in. Welcome, child. I called her Tony Savalas last week. Y'all remember? Y'all remember Kojak? If not, Google it, child. It's an uncanny resemblance, okay? But anyway, Tamar was busting her ass out. Tawanda sat there. Tawanda goes into confessional. She said, heifer, now I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, the bitch did give me money, but it wasn't 50,000, it was 35,000. And I got the receipts. And if I knew then what I know now, I wouldn't have took it, okay? Pay attention. She didn't say, I'm going to pay that bitch back because I don't want any of her blood money. I don't want that hoe's money. She said, if I knew Now, what if I knew then what I know now? I wouldn't have took her money, but yeah, it's a gift. Okay, she gifted it then, she gifted it now. And F them phones and anything else that I might have put on them fucking credit cards. It is what it is. You ain't getting a penny out of me. Now, while she's doing all of that, Tony chimes in and said, "We're family. Isn't that what family does for each other?" Now, Tony might have spoke too soon, because the way everybody went back and pulled them old clips from the Braxtons, where you hear Tony say, "Me and Tamar are the only two in this family who takes care of mommy, pay her car note, pay her house note, anything she needs in regards to groceries, we take care of. Nobody else has even offered a nickel toward the bills that Tamar and I put in." So, and she made it seem like Tony made it seem like maybe she was carrying the brunt, but she said, "I never even had to ask Tamar. Tamar just sent me a check for her proportions." Okay. But the rest of you grown assholes who eat off of me, and if that wasn't enough, people pull old video footage from when Tony said the only person who does not charge me to be my backup singer or dancer is Tamar. In order to get my sisters to sing background for me, I have to cut them a check. So Tony, honey, you had tears in your eyes when you said that shit. You said you was in a tough place financially, and you were crying actual tears and saying, "Is there any way y'all can chip in and help my mama? Help our mama." Okay. And I just want to say, when my mama was alive, she was the same person. She would put anything in my grandmother's house. I don't give a shit. She would put siding on it. She would paint it. Whatever it is that she called her for, she would get it for her, no matter what. And she had 11, and she would call my mama first. So I know what she's talking about when she said that. But while she's sitting in this table, she's looking at Tamar like, "Tamar, don't do that. Don't call Tawanda out. Tamar, isn't that what family is for? Isn't that what family is about?" Tawanda's saying some of the same shit in confessional with stuff like, when we were, we're sisters and we always used to take care of each other like that. Did you help take care of them, or has it always been them taking care of you and then you stealing from them? There's a difference, girl. Come on in. Welcome to the chat, child. Keep hitting that like button, share the video. 140 of you are here at the cookout. Okay, I appreciate y'all for coming in. Keep talking. Tawanda was charged with writing checks, stealing from an insurance company she worked for, and her mugshot is already out there in the public. Allegedly. But yes, I saw that too. I think that Tony and Tamar are close, and Tawanda and Trina are close. I said the same thing. But anyway, let's talk about how close they actually are, child, because this is proof. That's the problem. The family feels entitled, and she didn't have to let that girl use her credit card and her money and then sit there and be disrespectful. That is part of the problem. And I did watch that show y'all told me about, where she talked about kind of living in the shadows of Tony. Tawanda was on some show with Ayanla. She talked about living in the shadows of the Tony Braxton. And then she also said that she had been working on a side deal for her, Trina, and Trina and Tamar, the three of the girls. And she said that Tamar never even told her that she had already signed another deal for just herself, which made her feel horrible. So she feels like she's holding a lot of resentment from that. She's holding a lot of resentment from that. Come on in. So anyway, Tawanda said we used to be sisters, and we used to be the type of sisters that would help each other out. And right now, she said, F Tamar. There's anything about Tamar that I mess with. Okay, I'm done. Anyway, that's when Tawanda decides that she's gonna put a little sprinkle a little, shit on over there on Tamar. And she says, "Since you want to talk about stealing, is there something that you want to talk about what you stole?" And Tamar, as exaggerated as she can be, "What did I steal? What did I stole?" Okay. And she said, "You stole Tony's man. You slept with him. Okay, so now this is straight up how the sisters was gonna start fighting. I've seen a lot of sisters fight like this, by the way. Not mine though. Y'all know me and Clone. We don't get down like this. We don't get down like this, but I've seen other people do it. Anyway, she said, you stole Tony's man out, you slept with him. And that's when Tamar is like fit to be tied. She stands up like, you bitch. She takes a glass of water, smacks it in Tawanda's direction. It did not hit Tawanda, and I don't even think that was the intention, but she did want her to know she was mad enough. So she swats it at her. Tawanda said, bitch, I'm not who you want. I'm not who you want. You can threaten and, put on that little show like a gorilla all you want to, but what you'll never do is put your hands on me. And she was as literally didn't break a sweat. Like, girl, go on ahead. Even Trina, who was the closest to Tamar, she did a up and down look like this. And that's it. She was like, this little heifer here. Now, keep coming in, y'all. I was like, okay, Tamar, listen, you sit here doing all this shit like you big and bad, but nobody is afraid of you, not at that table anyway. I caught that. I don't know if anybody else did, but they was like, child, bye. Okay, so anyway, she's acting a fool and she wants a rise out of them now. This is what I'm paying attention to. I was like, Tamar has gotten herself into a place where she got up. She wanted, some sort of interaction. They're not giving it to her the way she wants. So she's like, well, fuck it. You know better. I know you fucked Tony's man. I can put the man on the phone right now. He's the one who told me. So she's putting out all kinds of details on Tawanda. And then she looks over at Tony, and Tony really is like, how did I get in it? In fact, I'm going to tell you something. Tony looked sick when she was in the scene. Come on in. Welcome, all of my family, sisters, cousins, aunties, uncles. I see y'all. Come on in. Make sure y'all make yourselves at home, okay? But Tony is literally slouched. She's slouched down in her seat, and her head is kind of leaned back on the chair. She looked like she was sick to me. I've seen that look because she has lupus. I know someone who has lupus, but I was like, she doesn't even want to be here. Her energy is way, way down. But now, like I said, Tamar needs a rise out of somebody. And this is what this was giving me. She's the little sister. She isn't getting the attention that she needs. She starts beating and barking, and she really wants someone to take up for her. Tony in particular, because Tony is her closest sister. So she was like, y'all do and say anything y'all want to me. I am always getting attacked by y'all. Y'all never have my back. She tells her sister, you didn't have my back either. And you was the one who told me to bring Ashley on the show. And you cool with me getting a cease and desist? And Tony Braxton's like, I don't have your back, Tamar. Tamar, me, I don't have your back. Tony Braxton doesn't have your back. So now they're all coming at each other. Tony tries to scream and shut the shit down. I need all of y'all to shut up. We are sisters. We're not some ghetto bitches. Okay, I don't know what that even means to her. I would love for Tony to give us a definition of ghetto when she is married to all three of y'all, Birdman. Okay, what? Girl, if you say I'm not ghetto one more time, you are so ghetto. Whatever it is, whatever you think ghetto is, baby, you it. Okay? You are married to Birdman. Oh my God, child, bye. Who says that? In 2025, can we please get rid of that word? Please. Ghetto is all up in true your house. You don't even understand that man half the time. He was on the show talking to you and you was like, say what now? Say what? What you say? It was hilarious. Come on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, lies, more lies. Welcome, y'all. Come on in. The biggest child. When she said that, I had to rewind it 3 times. I said, bitch, what? What? Girl, don't do that no more. Don't do it ever. But anyway, Tamar's like, oh, okay, cool. Finally, Tamar was like, you told me to bring that girl on the show. And you hear Trina in the background saying, this was not the forum. This was not the forum. I don't know why Tony lied, because I really feel like Tony did say that. I think she did say it. I think Tamar wanted her to have her back in the scene. So that's why she's fussing about it. And then she said, well, fine, you probably do think I fucked your man or whatever. You think I fucked Birdman too? Now, I think she said Birdman, even though they do put the blur over her lips, but I do think that's what she said. But that was Tony's time to go because she was trying to get up out of there anyway. She was already trying to leave. When the cameraman was coming over, she kept putting her hand up like, don't film this. But when Tamar did that, Tony pops up out of her seat and now she's in her face doing this, okay? Again, neither Tony or Tamar, both of y'all, going ahead and sit back down. Sit back down. Nobody's taking you seriously. But that's also a sign for the other sisters, Trina and Tawanda, to jump in. Trina's like, you're way too classy. She gets in the middle of Tony and Tony and Tamar. When she gets in the middle, she's real easy. She didn't push, in my opinion. She did not push. Oh, girl. But hold on. Y'all, I'm going to back this story up. I messed one part up. My bad. Tawanda actually goes after Tamar about her mental health. That's what happened. Tawanda's sitting there, and while Tamar is arguing with her, Tawanda says, go ahead, Tony, because I'm not listening to anyone with mental illness or mental issues or whatever the hell she said. She made it seem like something. Child, please, Birdman falling asleep in interviews is not a good look. Not at all. Not at all. So when she says that, Tamar's like, Tamar felt the hit. She knew exactly what that was about. You're coming after me? My mental issues, if I have them, it's because of y'all. Okay, I am on depression medication and anxiety medication. I take 20 milligrams of Lexapro, bitch. Don't you come for me. And I'm going to tell you something else. You can benefit from it. Take your ass down to the doctor. You need a referral from me. So that's what causes Tamar to lose her shit. In confessional, though, or lose it even more. In confessional, Tony adds a little sauce to it. Like, yeah, Tamar's already talked about her mental health issues. She's been in People magazine and some other publications, and I'm really proud of her for discussing it. But yeah, there's definitely a problem right here. She's spiraling. There's something here. That's why I brought it up. So since she brought it up, I'm going to bring it up. Tony, that was dirty. You would have been better off just saying, yeah, I did say Ashley should be on the show, because you did say it. I don't think that she lied about it personally, just by how she was responding. I think she said it, and I think she expected your ass to have her back, and you didn't want to. And so you would rather get in confessional and then talk over that girl's mental health. You're her big sister. She deserved better. That's my opinion. But that causes both of them to jump in their seat, because at this point, Tamar's like, fuck it. If nobody's going to have my back here, I'm just going to pop the fuck off even further. And she says, girl, do you think I slept with your man? She did say it. She did say what? Oh, you're agreeing with me, I'm assuming. She said, do you think I slept with your man? Do you? Okay. Do you think I slept with Birdman too? Tony jumps out of her seat, if for no other reason, so she can get her purse and go, because she wanted to be unmiked. Okay, she's on the show. She signed a contract. She got to sit her little 10, 15 minutes. She did it, and now she's up and she's ready to go. But Trina gets in the middle of her and Tamar, and Trina starts saying, you're too classy for this. You're too classy. I'm not going to let you get into it. In the meantime, Tamar's back there slapping Trina's hair. She kicked her in the shin, child. She was like, bitch, get the hell out of my face. Even Tony was popping her finger at Trina Hill. She hit Trina more than Tamar hit Trina. But she's hitting her like, girl, get out my face, get out my face. But she's putting on a show. I didn't think that what Tony was doing was necessarily being real big mad. I think she was just looking for a reason to exit the scene. But here comes Tawanda. And this is what I mean by, bitch, this was your darkest hour, because you could have kept your ass in that seat and you could have stayed quiet. But for you to come over, hug your sister, rock her, okay? I know How about let's call the police and press charges? You want to call the police and press charges? Call the police and press charges on what? She didn't touch Tony. You're manipulating Tony right here. And Tony fucking caught it. She makes a face at you like, bitch, what? Hold on, child. Let me get my other photo up. This is her face when Tawanda said, "Do you want me to press charge? Do you want not? Do you want to? Let's like this is your and my idea. You're so mad at Tamar right now that you actually fixed your mouth to ask the sister that's most famous to call the police on the next most famous goddamn sister. Hell, they might be the same level of famous. That was dirty work. That was dirty work. And I was really impressed with the fact that Tony just gave her a look and said, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. And she walked around Tawanda and walked out the door. Tawanda, you cannot be the most level-headed. You cannot be the most responsible. You can't be the secret keeper. Because you did threaten to tell the secrets too. Bitch, I know where the bodies are buried. I'll tell everything up at this mother. You did everything you said you weren't in that scene. Everything you proclaim not to be, you became in that little scene. Okay? Come on in, come on in, come on in. I was like, oof, oof. That wasn't even your fight, boo. You could have just stayed in your seat. But no, you said, hey, girl, let's have the Toni Braxton call the police on Tamar so we can kill her star. So we can make her look bad. And thank God Toni said no. And not only did she say no, she frowned at you and went, what do you mean? No, I'm not doing that. You thought her mind was jello. You thought her mind was jello pudding because you whispered it too. Let's call the police. Let's call the police and press charges. You were trying to manipulate her. I saw that. That was manipulation. That's how you talk to a kid. Go over there and hit your daddy in the head with this bottle. Go over there and hit your daddy in the head, okay? That was manipulation, baby. And Toni, even though she was sick, she was like, bitch, I know I'm gone. She walked out of there so fast. Good for her. Come on in, come on in. Toni says she's not calling a popo on her sister. Exactly. And I'm going to tell you something else. Tawanda's not talking to Tamar right now. Those two, their relationship is still shit. But Toni sent her baby sister to the Versus concert where her husband was. And then she made sure it got caught on film and she had them call her so that we can see that they still have a friendship, that they still have a sistership, a sisterhood. Not Tawanda and Tamar. That's why you don't do stuff like that. Don't get dirty like that because your ass is going to be outside of the circle. People aren't stupid. Ugh. What's Tawanda's sign? Child. If anybody knows it, put it in the chat. I just thought that was awful. Hold on, let me ask. What's Tawanda Braxton's sign? I need to know who I'm fooling with. She's a Virgo. She must have been at her wit's end, child. She must have been at her limit. Like, I'm ready to put this bitch in jail. You wanted her to press charges. Girl, your mama's still alive and you making this type of conversation. That was nasty. That was nasty. Anyway, after Toni walked out the room, and like I said, Toni and Tamar are still good and cool. It's Tawanda that's not good. But after she leaves, Tamar is still fussing with the ladies. She's like, you bitches, you did this to me. I think she accused Tracy of hitting her. I did not see Tracy hit her. However, I do think that Tracy handled herself well. I will give Tracy credit for knowing that her baby sister was angry. And even though she's an adult, she said, girl, I'm not going to give you all that. I'm not going to do it. At some point, you got to calm the shit down. You know what I'm saying? Just be cool. She did that. you hit me, but that's cool. You're still my sister. I know you're pissed. I still love you, but we're not going to do this. Somebody has to be the bigger person. She was. She was. Tony was the bigger person. I actually respected Tony for walking out the door. Period. Don't call the police on that. But she told Tawanda, you absolutely were the person who slept with your sister's man. And I put that on your kids. She said, I swear on your children that you slept with your sister's man. Period. And she could have been, excuse me, did I say the wrong name? I meant Trina. Thank you, girl. Y'all know all these T's be killing me. No, I don't think that Trina ever hit her, but I do respect that she said, you know what? This is an anger that's beyond me. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to join into the fun, unlike Tawanda, who tried to join into that bullshit. Okay, thank y'all. Yes, I did mean Trina. I think I might have said Tracy. Accident. Okay, anyway, she said, I'm going to put that on your kids. And let me tell you this. Tamar could have been lying, even putting it on her kids, but she was letting her know, I don't give two shits at this point. So we know that those two aren't going to recover anytime soon from this. Okay. Come on in. Let's see. Girl, what's the T said? I believe Tamar for her to say it out. Okay, you believe Tamar because you think that she wouldn't have said it if she didn't believe it. Girl, everybody getting those honorary PhDs for sure. Trina put her hands on Tamar to get in front of her. Okay, to get in front of her in the height of her emotions. It feels like a push, and that was what she was talking about. Okay, and you might be right. You might be right. She could have been getting in the middle, but when she touched her, I really do think it was a light touch. I don't think it was heavy. You know what I mean? I don't think it was heavy. Either way, she didn't make it personal in that moment. And that's what I respected about it. But come on, because even after Tony leaves, when the producers are on set and they're grabbing Tamar, she's like, get your hands off of me. I'm not going to put my hands on my sister. But Tamar was too far gone. She was being a typical Pisces, okay? Walking and twisting. You jealous of this? I'm 48 years old, okay? Look. You know what I'm saying? You've always been jealous. And she ain't lying. These are conversations that you have outside. You know what I'm saying? This is all shit that builds up in your head. And then when you have your moment, it all pours out. So some shit that might have happened 10 years ago is going to pour out your mouth like it just happened that second. And that is exactly what was happening. And everybody has those moments. That's all we saw. Okay. Come on in. Tawanda with her lace front husband out here doing lives and talking mess about Tamar. There's no recovering from this. Okay, girl. I don't think that Trina was trying to do anything to Tamar. I don't either. But that's why Trina's a bigger sister. And that's why she was trying to keep it cool. So for as much trash talk as Trina took this season from social media, she definitely did not try to instigate that further. Unlike Tony Savalas, Tawanda. Okay, come on in. Welcome to the chat. 217 of y'all are here. Enjoy the cookout, baby. Okay, anyway, we're on the next day now. Is this right? Yeah. We're on the next day. And Tawanda and Trina meet up at the wedding dress shop to rehash what happened at dinner. And Tawanda said, listen, I'm done with Tamar. Okay. I'm not drawing a line in the sand. I'm drawing a line in the concrete. In other words, she's dead to me, is what she said. Okay. She said, I'm afraid of her. Okay. She turned into the perfect Karen. I'm afraid of her. Physically, spiritually, mentally. She attacked me on all levels. I refuse to put myself in the room with her again. And basically, she's letting everybody know here, she's not invited to the wedding. She's not invited to the bridal shower. We will not be doing anything with Tamar Braxton moving forward. Come on in. Now, Trina, she just wanted to let everybody know I never touched her. And when she says she's not invited to the when Tawanda says she's not invited to the bridal shower or wedding, when she implied it, Trina kind of, swallows hard, but again, doing what she's supposed to do. Don't instigate the shit. She literally just says, I hear what you're saying. And if it can be turned around, I'm going to pray for it to be turned around. But as family, don't put yourself into it like it's you and me against the world. So I'm going to say I like Trina in the scene. I even like Tony not trying to instigate any further issues. They're already, as ugly as they can be, they're already in the ugly part of this relationship. Come on in. Tawanda's definitely painting her as a threat. Well, she said it. I'm not safe. I'm not safe. I don't feel safe. She attacked me physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. I don't want to have anything to do with her again. This is it for me, not the sand. This is my line in the concrete. It will never be erased. That's how she puts it. Anyway, next scene, we have Toni Braxton, who is getting news of Angie Stone passing away. And she said that her and Angie were very good friends, and that they also shared backup singers and technicians. And so she said this is just the worst news, that felt like she's getting bad news back to back to back. Bad news back to back to back. Those were trigger words. And she said she has to figure out how to tell Tawanda that she's not going to be at her bridal shower, which I told y'all before, Toni's not going to push herself harder than she has to. When she has a show, that's all she's going to put her energy into. But she said, I have to let her know that I can't do this because she said at the end of the day, I have to figure this thing out with getting new backup singers, with getting new technicians or musicians, whatever she has going on. And then she gives Tawanda the call to let her know. Now, Tawanda has met up with Trina and some of her other bridesmaids, whatever she calls these bridesmaids. And I think this is supposed to be some sort of party that they're having for the full weekend leading up to the bridal shower. That's what it feels like anyway, because they're all staying in the same house. I don't know if this is accurate, but y'all tell me. Do you have weekends where it is all weekend, you guys are together in a bridal shower, and then you have your party? Because she's really demanding a lot from these people. Like, they have families and stuff of their own, but it looks like they're all staying with her for days at a time leading up to the party. So she's there, Trina's there, Toni gives a call. She tells her about what happened to Angie Stone. They are heartbroken, crying a little bit. And then when she hangs up the phone, she said, I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is. Tawanda says this. She said, I have been with my sister every time. I've always backed her up. In fact, she says, I'm always there for my sisters. You can say a lot of things about me, but you can't say I'm not there for my sisters. And why would Toni schedule a show the same weekend as my bridal shower? Because Toni said, I can't do both. I got to practice. I got to practice with the new people I'm bringing in so that I have a perfect show, so that I can give a good show for the next day. I don't know what Tawanda's doing. It's confusing. Yeah, she's taken a lot of their days. You were already in Mexico. That was, you're out the country. That's for a weekend or whatever. Now you're doing another party, but they're all got to be with you in this house. For what? I'll see you at the party. I don't know what this is about. Come on in. Come on in. 239 of y'all are here. But she says, giving a guilt trip basically, because she goes, none of my sisters are there for me. Mind you, Trina is sitting there. Trina is right there. And she was like, well, Trina's here. And then someone makes an announcement like, well, in Toni's absence, and we know Tracy isn't here, we're going to be, everything for you. We're going to make sure you don't feel that void, that absence. We're all going to be here. And, Trina is here. I'm like, why is she acting like Trina isn't there? And why is she acting like I don't have kids. Bitch, I'm going to be at the party when you give me a time for the party. I cannot be a part of all this. What am I missing something? I'm asking. Right. She had no idea that Angie Stone was going to pass away. She has a house that she needs to take care of. She got babies that she needs to take care of. She is a working artist because she still needs to work. That's what I'm not getting about Miss Tawanda right now. If you claim that you understand and you're there for everybody else, then you got to understand how these wheels move so that you can continue to use these people's credit cards and things. Okay. My goodness. Why did she just get married off camera? Because the show's paying for the wedding. This is what I'm guessing. The show is paying for the wedding. I don't know, child. I don't know. Somebody said, when did Tawanda ever pay for a wedding? I ain't never seen it. Personally, I said this in my previous reviews. Y'all can go back and watch the playlist. I said, I think that Tawanda had some bad shit on her, some bad, a reputation for stealing and some other shit. And I think that, it was probably known in the industry. But when they brought this TV show, when they brought this to the show, y'all know sometimes people will cover you. And so they'll give you you're going to be this type of sister, and you're going to be the annoying little sister. You're going to be the sister that everybody finds to be dependable. And we all tell you our secrets. And I think she thought she was going to still run with that. And Tamar put the kibosh on that motherfucker. She said, oh, no. Okay. Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. Anyway, after she says all that, her voice breaks. She quivers. I just expected Tony to be here for me. And everybody was just like, okay, bitch. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't stop there because the rest of it is still Tawanda's scene, okay? So anyway, after that, we get a scene with Miss Tamar. Right? Yeah, so Tamar has a video shoot, child, and Tamar is trying to make herself feel better. She got them new titties and ass and everything, you know what I'm saying? So she wants to give her best for this video shoot. She is in this drop top, and baby, you would thought that she couldn't drive the car, but she didn't know how to drive those boobs. They kept popping out. The director is running over child, trying to stuff her stuff back into its bra. She's like, oh, baby, I just don't know how to work them yet. Clearly, girl. But she is all over the place. And you can tell she's just in a bad space, and she's trying to make herself feel better. So she don't give a shit at this point. But she's, doing this video shoot. And she says, listen, she says, I just got to figure out a way to take care of me. The only person who can fail me is me, and I'm not going to do that. She said, there's some people that's in my life, whether it's sisters or old relationships or men, I don't give a shit who it is. But at this point in my life, I'm going to choose me every time. Okay. So that's how she said it. Come on in. Welcome. Yeah, Tawanda got called out and y'all saw this. Tawanda already got called out by production when she was sitting there crying, saying, maybe it's best that Tamar doesn't come to the wedding. Oh, I don't expect Tony to be here. She's there. She's not. You already told us how you felt. So you sitting in these moments and crying tears when production put up a scene that busted your ass out in episode 2. They wanted this shit to play out at the beginning in episode 2. Tawanda gets busted out with a private scene between her and the showrunner, where she tells the showrunner she does not want Tamar there because she's just going to fuck it up anyway. And she said, who cares if Tony's there? If she's there, she's there. If she's not, she's not. But now every time she has a conversation and they give her exactly what she wants, she's crying. And it looks like you're just being a really good actress. It looks like you got another Tubi movie that you're supposed to be doing, okay? Anyway, come on in. Welcome. I think Brooke is still in high school. Anyway, OG actually pulls, I think his name is OG. He pulls Tamar aside and said, we got to cut out the fighting, okay? We got to show the film. You know how this works, baby. I need you to cut out the fighting. And Tamar looks him in the face and she said, you want the fighting to stop? Tell him to stop fighting me, okay? Otherwise, they're going to get this mouth and these hands and whatever else the hell I throw at him. And he goes, okay. You know what I'm saying? Like he's just trying to be a good producer. But she said, all of this shit started because I got a cease and desist regarding something that my niece said on social media. Some people in the family agreed that it should come to the show, others did not. And she said, and because of that, I am being picked on. She feels away. And she said, I don't give two fucks about what's going on with this show. But she said, I gotta choose me, Lucius. I'm never gonna put myself in a situation where I can't be me. I'm not going to the wedding. I'm not going to the bridal shower. We get a small scene where you hear Tony ask, are you going to let Tamar come to the bridal shower or to the wedding? She asked this of Tawanda, and Tawanda said no. No, she's not allowed to come. So it sounded like Tamar would have been game to go if she got the invite, but she said, if they don't want to play ball, I will not play ball, because the last time I talked to my sister, Tawanda, was first season when we filmed The Braxtons. That's it. The bitch only wants to be a TV sister when it comes to me. So no, I'm not going to play these reindeer, Tony Savalas, Kojak games, period. Come on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay. Lies More Lies said, I disagree with Tamar on this part. Now, I am going to say she has it in her head that Trina hit her. I don't think Trina hit her. I think that if you watch it back, because sometimes your emotion takes over what really happened. But if you go back and look at the episode, you should know what's what. Go back and look at it. It's right there on film. So it is what it is. She is like most Virgo women I know. Okay. Hold on. Please don't put this on Virgos. Please don't put this on Virgos. She ain't us. She's more like a Libra. Ooh. She's more like a Libra than a Virgo. Her birthday is at the end of Virgo season. Okay. She says she's on the cusp, bitch. Don't give her to us. That is fun to me. Oh my goodness. Y'all killed me. Okay, girl. I'm not going to put it on you. I'm not going to put it on you. Anyway, now we are at the last scene and it is more crying and pretending. Okay. But this was actually funny. Come on in. Love y'all. Last scene is Tawanda's bridal shower, and it is the Bridgerton theme. So they're all there with their big bouffant hair and their big dresses with the stuff underneath. Somebody said, "I'll take her." Capricorn that shit. You are hilarious. She was using them acting skills. She's going to put them on again for this last scene. So they are all there and they looked amazing. It was like I thought it was really cute that she did a Bridgerton themed bridal shower and all the girls looked game. But from what it looks like, if I understood her correctly, they were all, or at least some of them, were in the house with her. So either she rented a house, maybe people are traveling in from out of town. Maybe that's the reason why they were all in the house together. But they looked like it was at least, 12 of them, maybe more. But they were all there. Thank you, God's grace, child. I love you. But they were all there dressed up. Even Mama Braxton, who they called the Queen Mother, she was there. She looked great. Okay. But all the ladies are there. And Tawanda wants to make a grand entrance. So she wanted to be the last to arrive. Okay. But she's not. Apparently, there's members of her bridal party that were in the house with her who left the house an hour before she left the house and still did not arrive at the party yet. So when she gets there, she's like, where's Erica? Where's MJ? That's the first thing in her head. She pulls someone aside and they're like, oh yeah, they're not here yet. And she said, even Trina isn't here? And she said, no, Trina hasn't made it here yet either. Now, see, if somebody left an hour before me, I would have called and said, are you okay? Were you in an accident? I don't know. These crazy ass Atlanta streets, maybe you don't know maybe you got lost there. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But not Tawanda. Tawanda said, this is pissing me the fuck off. Okay. I don't have anybody's support. That's why I wanted us all to leave together, because I wanted to make sure everybody was going to be here. Girl, you still have a house full of people and they are all doing exactly what they're supposed to do. And your mama is there. Okay. Now, Trina walks in the door late and she said, hell, I know I'm late, but Vaughn is sick and I have to stay around to make sure he does what he's supposed to do. Medication, eating right, and all the things, right? I had to hide the keys to make sure his ass didn't drive to McDonald's or wherever the hell he's going to go. I had to dismantle the Uber Eat accounts, whatever the things are, because y'all know Vaughn is not going to eat healthy, period. Come on in, come on in. But child, I was like, Tawanda is a hot ass mess. And then she starts crying again, or at least trying to squeeze out tears about how nobody's there for her and she's there for everybody else. And that's how the scene ends. And I thought it was a great show. I'm going to give this show a solid 10 out of 10. Let me see what you guys voted on the front, because I did have y'all take a poll about whether or not y'all thought if you call the police on your family, because sometimes that shit happens. Okay? Hold on. Not in my family. But I'm not making fun of anybody, because you know why? Because sometimes it does happen and people do need to call the police. But I just wanted to see if people could relate to some of these things that's happening on the show, because it does happen. So I said, have you ever called the police on a sibling, not your husband or boyfriend, because you know that probably happens more often, but a sibling, a child, or a parent before? And if you did, if you regretted it. Hold on, child. I got to put the poll up. Here we go. And 2% of y'all said, yes, you have, over something silly, and that you do regret it. So only 2%. That's good, though. 22% of you guys said, yes, no regrets. It was absolutely necessary that I called. And 66% of you said, never. My family is my business. Okay. Well, 10% of you have been popping pimples and drinking your water and minding your business. Okay. So yeah, there's a poll. I just wanted to see if y'all, you know, have ever done something like that before. Hold on, let me see. Y'all were in the comments heavy today. Come on in, Bama girl. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And a lot of you have a problem with Miss Tawanda and how she handled herself. Yeah, Tawanda went dark this episode for sure. I said, Tawanda, when she looks back at that scene and she sees that there was nothing that warranted you calling the police on Tamar, child. You didn't even look at Trina and ask. You looked at Tony and said, let's call the police. Let's call the police and press charges. Girl, bye. Anyway, I love this episode. I thought it was great. It reflects family drama well, in my opinion. Sometimes it can get crazy, but I think that Tamar is, if she's anything like the Pisces I know, Tamar has a huge heart and she'll give people the last of what she has. My mama was a Pisces and she would give people the last of what she had. She can flip out on you too, but she would give people the last of what she had. So even though her and Tawanda may not be in the best place, if she knew her sister was hurting, she would help her. If she knew she was hurting and that she needed something, she would help her. They just got to get down to the bottom of whatever this crazy is with the two of them. Okay? But yeah, that's it, y'all. That was the story. I appreciate every single one of y'all for coming over and listening to my review and hanging out with the cookout. Your mama's a Pisces too, and you're so right. Yeah, it used to actually hurt my feelings sometimes to see how much my mama would give, and you know, there was something that she wanted back, and it didn't seem like she would get it. But I love her. She had the biggest heart ever, ever, and it got broke a lot. Are you a Pisces too? Okay. You have a Pisces sun. Aw. Aw, okay, y'all. That's it, though. I appreciate you guys. I love when my family comes over and hangs out with me. Okay, every day of the week. Make sure you come through, check out my playlist for any of the videos, get into all the stories, child. Even if you don't watch the show, when I come on, I'm giving y'all a show. Okay, not a I hate that bitch. I ain't never done. Let's do this. We ain't doing that. We are talking about TV. We are being entertained. There's enough real life horrible shit that is happening to all of us. So we don't have to, put it on anybody on these shows. But outside of that, until the next one, you guys, let me put my screen back up here. Until the next one, I appreciate every single one of y'all for rocking with me, okay? Make sure you hit the like button and share the video. Please and thank you. Follow me on all my platforms at DYANAROZAY. Thank you to all of my new family members over here, all of my new subscribers, all of my new members. The links are always in the description box, okay? Love y'all, love y'all, love y'all. And until next time, I'll see you. Thank you for rocking with DYANAROZAY. Bye-bye.